Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is For Women Wednesday. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by my co-host, K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. Attention, all single women over 30. It's time for a reality check. I want y'all to take a long, hard look in the mirror and keep it real with yourself. Ask yourself the following question. Am I dating on my level? Again, ask yourself the following question. Am I dating on my level? Now, I want to be clear. Just because I ask you to look in the mirror, this topic is not about your appearance. It's about you facing yourself and being honest with yourself. Now, in my opinion, I see women putting values when it comes to a man. I see them putting the wrong values on a man when looking for a man. Now, I'm not trying to tell you as a woman what you should value in a man. However, some of you women are overlooking good men because of how you prioritize your values. Okay, fellas, as y'all know, we can't speak for women. But I want to ask y'all a question that may be difficult to answer, fellas. What do y'all think the average woman value in a man when they're choosing that man, excluding protection and money? What do you think the average woman puts more value in when they're looking for a man, now excluding protection and money?
You want to answer that first?
Well, I'm gonna say looks.
Yeah, I was gonna say looks. I was actually going to say that actually an incident that I had some years back, that a person was actually looking for the Rastafari with the braids and that's the kind of dude they wanted. Didn't matter how they treated him, just that's the kind of man they want. So it's looks. It's a certain look that women look for. They're unlike men. They're like men now, because that's normally what we do. But now women have really start aging and start doing what we do, and they start looking at looks, because it was always about needs back in the day, but it's different now.
I think it's I think it depends on the age of the woman. Actually, I think a higher, around our age, it's more so about looks when you strip everything else down.
Yep.
The younger girls, I think, is more so about who got the juice.
Yeah.
Who's the most popular.
Right.
That's kind of how I think the younger generation is probably doing it, because of social media. They looking at, who's really popular. But the older women, yes, I think it goes by looks, or even, certain stuff like if you working or not. Are you lazy? Is this guy doing what he should be doing? Is he responsible? Older women look for stuff like that.
Make sure motherfucker got their shit together.
Exactly.
Okay. So K Money and Comedian 96, y'all pretty much said the same thing. Looks, right?
Yeah.
Or K Money, you grimaced like,
because
like you didn't want to agree.
Yeah, when you made it sound like me and him were on the same page. They got flesh crawl.
Okay. And Slash, you looked at it from a standpoint of depending on the age.
Yeah.
Okay. So now y'all notice I said excluding protection and money. Now I want y'all to rank what y'all mentioned, but you're throwing it in with protection and money. So you got protection, money, and what y'all said. Like for your case, Comedian 96 and K Money, y'all said looks. So now you guys got protection, money, and looks. Rank those for me.
Money, looks, and protection. That's my order. Money first, looks, then protection.
I'll say money, protection. Oh no, let's do that again. Let's say looks, protection, money.
Okay.
And then mine was like money, responsible, and protection.
Okay. So notice at the beginning I said exclude protection and money. I did that on purpose. But then, because I wanted to hear what y'all was going to say if y'all didn't have protection and money to choose from.
Right.
Because what I want to tell you guys now is I have a list of 11 things, according to Mind Body Green publication. I have 11 things that the average woman put the most value on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this list. And I want y'all to tell me if y'all see that as being important when they're looking. If y'all see it being important, and then tell me why. Mm-hmm. And again, I excluded protection and money initially because, believe it or not, protection and money is not even on this list at all.
Wow.
Damn.
At all. And I find that very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So, number one, empathetic.
Does he show empathy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's hard for me to actually see that. Females looking for that.
When
in
they're
the man.
looking for a guy,
Yeah. Because
That
they
has
want
empathy.
somebody to kind of not cry on his shoulder.
Right. They want somebody that's gonna listen to their stories and listen to what they're
Yeah.
going through, and
Somebody
yeah.
who's going to say, okay, I understand,
yeah,
you know, what you're going through.
stroke the ego.
Yeah.
You know.
okay, now I want y'all to really take this to heart. I'm finna tell you why. Imagine a woman or your woman telling you all of these 11 things. This is what she wants in you. Mm-hmm. And these are the things that men don't think about, because I can tell you that a lot of guys think that it's about their money. A lot of guys think that it's about their looks.
Mm-hmm. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Well, but a lot of guys do think that.
Yeah, given, you know.
But guys don't ever really truly think about these 11 things that I'm mentioning. Now, here's something interesting. Number 2, / you actually touched it. Reliability.
Yeah. Is he reliable?
Is he reliable?
Can you count on him?
And / you said that.
Now, that's kind of a part of protection also, in a sense.
Well, if you
Finance could be thrown under that umbrella as well. I mean, you know.
well, here's the thing. Yeah, you can, but this is just an opinion. Yeah, I can see where finance could be that can fall under reliability. Yes, I can see where protection can fall under reliability. However, I think that that'll be kind of like a hard stretch. When I think of reliable is, okay, can I count on him when I need him most? Excluding the money and excluding the protection. So, can I count on him to pick the kids up from school?
That's
Yeah,
a big
exactly.
deal.
Can I count on him to do that?
Go get the lunch.
Can I
Go
can
get-
I can I
yeah.
count on him to pick up behind himself?
To make sure that they eat when he pick them up from school.
Can I count on him
Yeah.
for that?
to pick up the ground beef from the stove before I get off work.
Yeah.
So I
That too.
cook.
Can I count on him? So reliability.
Yeah.
Right.
That's big.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it.
Reliability. I see that.
And
I definitely see that.
Go ahead. Slash.
I think any man that wants to be with somebody got to kind of put himself in. Am I reliable? Can I be there? Because really on the cool, if you not, then you don't really like that woman like that.
Let me ask you a question, Freddie G. Since this is your show, you started off saying all women over 30, and I think that's a key factor because under 30,
they looking at other stuff.
This list pretty much is obsolete to them.
Yeah, and you left out an important word: single.
Yeah, single
too.
All single women over 30, and I specifically chose those because you should be your way of thinking, your mentality.
Right.
You should be grown.
You should be
thinking a little different.
Right.
And I agree. I was just wondering if that was the reason why, because it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3. Confidence.
Yeah.
gotta have that. Confidence is key.
Women are looking. The average woman is putting the most value in a confident man. A man who's confident.
Yeah. I can see that.
I see it. There's a thin line between being confident and being conceited, and I think a lot of women may mistake a guy's confidence for being conceited.
Well, I feel that. I understand where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. What I would say to that is, actually, it depends on where you're putting that emphasis on the how confident you are.
Right.
On how confident you are.
Uh-huh.
If you're putting that emphasis on your confidence on your appearance, then I can see how that could be a little bit could come across as conceited.
Yeah.
But if you're confident in what you're saying, if you're confident in what you believe in,
and what you're
your
doing,
communication, becoming across confident that way,
and you're confident, then a woman, I can see where a woman will be like, that's my man.
Yeah.
When he walks into a room,
he know why he's there.
He's not intimidated by other males that are in there.
Right.
He's a confident man.
Yeah.
Versus being, I look good, or I don't want to get nothing on my shoes or something. That's a little different. But
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedian 96, you were gonna say something?
No. I was just agreeing with. I was agreeing with K Money and Slash.
Okay. So number 4 on the list, accountability.
Most definitely.
That's big.
Yeah. I'm surprised
That's
that
really
wasn't
big.
number 1.
Should have been first.
That should,
really big.
that should be. But wouldn't that fall in the lines of reliability?
It could fall under that umbrella. I mean, I'm sure several of these on this list.
Reliability.
Can I count on?
And
it?
Can I count on you? Accountability
Ability is okay.
Did
your
you?
actions?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You know you did that.
Gotcha.
Basically,
Yeah. I got it mixed up.
How motherfucker don't never own up to shit that he may do
Yeah.
wrong.
I know
what
that
you mean.
accountability is big with like you say, most single women over 30. That's big with them.
Yeah. I got the two mixed up. Yeah.
Okay. Number 5, emotional safety.
Yeah, I see that because you know what I realized as being a man, you can't have the same energy that the woman does when it comes to an argument.
Yeah.
Or something. You can't get upset because she upset and lash out because she's doing this emotionally, but you showing your emotional weakness when you combat her with an argument.
Yeah. That was.
And I'll tell you, a lot of guys make that mistake and wonder why, the relationship is starting to, kind of dissolve a little bit. Well, because now she feels like you too emotionally attached to something. Mm-hmm. You have an emotional weakness. Women look for a man that's strong in every area. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about muscle. When they look for strong, they mean mental. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, physically, sometimes that's what they look for. But I think that's really big for women. You have to have an emotional cutoff, if that makes sense. But you can't be emotional like her.
I can see where you're going with that.
They want to see the vulnerable side of a man. But what was this?
Emotional safety.
Emotional safety. That to me, I don't see how different that would be from having empathy.
Well, she don't want you flying off the hinges when something go on.
See, I view that totally different. I see where both of you guys are coming from. I don't want to dismiss what you just said, K-Money, and I'm going to share my thoughts. But you said that you don't see how that's far off from being...
Yeah, having empathy in the relationship or for the female. If you have that emotional...
I think that... I think that there is a fine line. We all know what empathy means.
Right.
But I would think that where they're coming from with emotional safety is more so of my emotions are safe with you. Mm-hmm. Meaning that
she can talk to you about stuff.
A lot of times we unconsciously look at emotions as a negative thing, and if she's going off or she's crying or yelling, well, there are different types of emotions.
Right.
And I think that it's more so of, okay, whatever I share with you emotionally, is it safe? And is it leaving here?
Right.
Can I confide in you with my emotions?
Right.
And you not criticize me while doing. So, yeah, that's big. I think that's
going to
really
say something,
big.
Comedian 96?
Yeah, I was gonna say I would call it a rhetorical release, meaning she just wants you to listen, don't respond, just hear her out. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm grasping.
And
from
just to say, add on to that, a wise man once said nothing.
Right, exactly.
So a wise man not saying nothing in a lot of cases can get you to a different level.
Exactly. Just by listening.
Which makes you strong emotionally.
Yeah.
No matter how this makes you feel, what she said, what she did, or whatever, you still have that in you to where you like, you know what? I'm just going to let it fly. Because at that point, she sees an adult.
Exactly.
She don't see a child. But when you, you don't, because she look, now it's finna be an argument. Because now she's finna derate you and you're gonna be a child to her.
I got a good example. Freddie G, you're married. All of us.
No,
How
we're
many?
not.
No. We're not married. I'm sorry. Freddie G's the only one married.
Yeah.
But all of us had girlfriends. How many co-workers have you had to whoop ass that you never met? Because your gal done came home to talk to you about this motherfucker at work. And you just say, hell yeah, baby, hell yeah. You don't need to take that shit. We done whooped a lot of ass.
So, no, I'm going to tell you something.
Just by listening.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you one realer than that.
And we never met him before.
I'm going to give you one realer than that. Why you don't have to whoop no co-worker's ass.
No. We whooped. This is what I'm saying. We whooped their ass and never met him. Because we were listening to her vent, and we was like, "Hell yeah, baby, fuck them."
You're jokingly saying,
"Yeah, we done whooped a lot of asses from your girlfriends because they've had problems at work." She came home to talk to you about it, and we just been in agreement and said, "Hell no, you don't need to take that shit." Yeah, we should whoop their, but we don't even know what's going on. We just emotionally there for her.
That's what you're supposed to be.
Yeah. So,
but if you intentionally go out and whoop somebody's ass because of that, you're gonna be
physically like a mental.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
being
saying.
Just agreeing with her, we're whooping their ass in her head for her, but we're not doing it physically. We're just doing it in her head.
Yeah,
because we're listening. We're just listening to her.
Just had to break it down.
Yeah,
so the listeners
No, we're not whooping
understand.
nobody physically. We're just saying that she's coming home, venting to us. We're agreeing with her. And we helping whoop ass in the story.
I tell you what, you're lucky she's coming home and telling you.
True.
Because it could be completely different.
Yeah, in line.
She don't have to tell you.
She could be telling somebody else at work.
That work husband.
That work husband.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pillow talk.
So, number 6 on the list. A woman puts value on a man's integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what that basically means is if you say you're going to do something,
you better do it.
do it. Don't go back on your word.
Yes.
And we know as men, all we have in this world
Is your word. Balls in your
Balls
word.
That's it.
in my word.
That's it. You know, so yeah, integrity is a big one.
Yeah.
It's really
Okay.
huge.
Number 7. We all can agree to this one, I'm sure. Communication.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
Once that's
Yeah.
cut off, that's it. That's your last.
Well, again, you have to know how to communicate with her, even when she's in that space to where she's upset, and she may just be feeling some kind of way, and it sounds like she's coming off rude or angry. Well, she's emotionally stunned at this point, and you got to know how to communicate with her on that. You know, again, you can't don't egg her on to make her more upset.
Yeah, antagonize.
Yeah, you have to find a point in there to where you can say, okay, that happened, da 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 da. But what about this? You know, and the reason why this is better is because now you don't have to deal with. You know, you just have to know how to talk to her to get her to understand. And because you want to calm her down, you don't want her to stay in that same place.
Then a lot of times, I mean, you're right, Slash. But also, when we're speaking of communication, it's not always from a negative standpoint to where there's an argument. Being able to communicate effectively to get something done. I mean, if you're, hey, I'm gonna be late from work today. Communicate that with me so that I know that, okay, she probably don't feel like cooking tonight. So let me go and let me ask, hey, you're going to be late from work. I'm going to get takeout. What you want to eat.
Yeah, something that little. I get what you're saying.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So communication ain't always about an argument, you know?
But
So-
if you don't communicate right, that's what it leads to.
Of course.
So that's why communication is really, really big.
yes.
I agree. And a bad habit, I think, not just men, but I think both men and women have when we're on that level is we're talking at our mates instead of talking to them.
Right.
And that's why I feel communication is important. It's all about, the delivery in the aspect of if we're arguing, but on the other side, like you were saying, Freddie G, just something as simple as saying, I'm either going to work late or I'm going in late, just some simple shit like that to where y'all on the same page and the day won't be discombobulated because y'all not on the same page.
Yeah.
Of course. So, number 8, respect.
Yes.
That's big. That should have been number 1.
Yeah, you got to respect it.
That should be number 1.
You got to
Top 3.
respect it.
Well, although there's 11 here, I don't think that they're actually
A certain
Particular order.
Right.
particular
Right.
order.
These
Oh,
are just
okay.
11
These are just
things
11
listed.
things
Yes.
that the average woman, keyword average, the average woman puts most value on when looking for a mate.
I totally forgot
Yeah,
about that.
that's-
So now respect, meaning now don't look at it from a standpoint of I want her to respect me.
Yeah, no.
Look at it from
you have to respect
they're
her.
looking for someone who can respect them.
That's right.
Yeah. They don't want you talking and looking at other chicks. That's a part of respect.
Yeah, it's about respect.
Yeah, they don't want you talking and looking at other girls. They don't want to be the only one.
So let me ask y'all, during this so far, now we're up to 8. We got 3 more to go. So far during this conversation, did y'all anytime unconsciously put yourself above the woman? Here's what I mean by that. I told you that what women are looking for, what they value in men. So when you guys were giving your answers and your responses, were you actually thinking of yourself?
Yeah,
Maybe
Keep it up, keep it- keep it
on
up.
the
Keep it
respect.
above.
On the respect, I
I
was.
was.
This is what
Hold on.
I wanted to say real quick. I knew that this list is a very powerful list, and I know that there's something else involved with just this list, not just about women. So my first thought was the same thing she want, the same thing men look for in a woman if it's somebody that you want to be with, not somebody you just want to screw or whatever. these same things you're talking about is what a man looks for in a woman as well.
Boy, that's a hell of a closing.
Okay.
It's not closing.
I know. I'm
Now,
just
Comedian
saying.
96. Okay, that was a good answer, Slash. Now, Comedian 96, during this time, this whole time, were you thinking about yourself? At some point, did you find yourself thinking about yourself before a woman?
The respect part. Yeah, because I'm a do unto others. So I was like, you got to respect me. But the whole time we were talking about the women.
Yeah.
So,
now, I'm assuming
honestly
that it was
said
all of this was unconscious. That this
Unconsciously.
is just happening unconscious. When you're giving your responses,
right.
you're thinking of yourself.
Yeah.
Of course. The
Yeah.
respect, yes.
K-Money,
Yes, sir.
you as well?
Yeah.
Were you thinking about yourself?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Before I go to number 9, can y'all tell me why is that? Or why do y'all think that happens? And in all fairness, although I put this list together, and although I put the show together, when I was putting it together, I was thinking of myself. Mm-hmm. And it happened unconsciously. I wasn't trying to be selfish when putting the show together. Mm-hmm. But I found myself thinking about myself.
Right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this list that you're reading from, it's all normal. There's nothing special about that list. All of those things that's on that list, any person that's normal, any normal person that's into or trying to get into a relationship, those are the things that they can't tell you that they're looking for. Okay. These are just normal things. You know, in a lifetime. Now, if this list is not normal to you, then there's something wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to number 9, thoughtfulness.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Women
Yeah.
put a value
Yeah.
when they're looking for a man. They value thoughtfulness.
Yeah. 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 You have to.
You got to be thoughtful.
You have to think about her. You know, bring her something. Bring her a rose or something.
I think a lot of women in today's society that may not be a issue. Being thoughtful.
Help me to understand issue. When you say that may not be an issue.
Issue may be the wrong choice of words, but I just feel that most women nowadays are not concerned with the man being thoughtful. I'm not even gonna say most women. I said, let me back up. A lot of women. That may not be a concern if a man is thoughtful or not.
A value. May not be a value. That they place a lot of value
in
on whether or not a man is thoughtful.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. I think the dynamic of today's woman has changed tremendously. You know, that's more like an old school value, in my opinion, versus a modern day value.
I disagree. I think thoughtfulness.
I'm not saying all. I just say I think a lot of women.
Even all. I'll say all. I say thoughtfulness is a part of selfishness. So if I get off work and say, "Babe, and I just go get some Popeyes and pick me something up," and she at home, and I don't pick her nothing up,
you better not walk in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
That example right there,
that's not being thoughtful. So now she's like, "Okay, you selfish. You couldn't give me nothing." Mm-hmm. So now you're not thoughtful and you're being selfish. So you two things.
Now,
so thoughtful is kind of big to me.
Now, K Money, you shared your opinion.
Yes, sir.
That you don't think.
I don't think.
That most women are putting a big value on that, right?
Yeah.
Now, according to this magazine, it's saying that the average woman puts value on it. Now, I also want to keep this in mind too. I know that we're all African American. So when we're speaking of the women, we're talking about all races.
Well, you got the black. I know we're talking about all races.
Yeah, but I'm sure we all thinking of Afro.
You ain't lying, because you better not just stop at Popeyes with the black women. You need to go to Popeyes, KFC, and Hearts everywhere.
That's why I mentioned it, because we're giving these answers because we're coming from a black perspective.
Yeah.
You know, but we want to keep in mind that we do have listeners in other countries and other races. So, you know, keep them in mind as well.
Yeah.
When we're
That's true.
giving these.
It's
So,
easier said than done.
right. So, number 10, Comedian 96, I'm sure you can appreciate this one. Humor.
She can't be too funny. Just a little funny.
No.
You. Oh, me.
You did exactly what I just talked about.
Okay, I did. Just I
Unconsciously,
sure
you
did.
put yourself.
Okay, now I wasn't thinking about the show. That's why. That's what that was. That was just me. That's not this. Okay.
Let me go back.
I'm finna tell you. I know. I'm finna tell you. I'm finna answer your question. It's good and bad because sometimes you can be too funny where she throws you in a friend zone. That's happened to me multiple times.
Oh no, well see, that's
When you're too funny and they'll be like, you just funny. I don't take you serious.
Okay.
You sure it's because you were too funny?
No,
Because
I mean,
you ain't that
I
motherfucker
mean,
funny to me.
Yeah, huh?
Hey, check
Just saying.
check it
You
out.
can make her laugh so much that she just, I
Check
just
it
can't
out.
take you serious. I can't take you
Check it out.
serious. Throw you in the friend zone.
So, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But again,
You hear that?
they're saying that the average woman puts value on a man's humor.
That's way down at the bottom. It's probably number 8 or 9 if they do. It's not nothing
It's
at the top
actually
of the
number
list.
10, but remember, there's no particular
Right,
order.
right. That's what I'm saying. It's not a high priority on most older women, especially over 30. They want that. Don't get me wrong, but that's probably something that can be. You know what? If you don't have a sense of humor, I can go on. That doesn't bother me as well.
I think
you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
more
Mom.
so. I'm sorry if I'm
No.
They're not
go
gonna
ahead,
cut you
son.
off and say, "I don't want to date you because you ain't got a sense of humor." That's just highly unlikely if you're a provider.
I think that the humor part, I don't think it's I would say this may be a 70%er. Reason why I say that is because you don't have all day to make her laugh, but you should think as much about her to want to see a smile on her face to every now and then say something funny.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that is important to the woman. She wants you to, be there. I mean, don't you want to see your woman smile? Make her laugh? Because if you're not, somebody else is.
Right.
And that's big for some of them, But like I say, that's just a 70%er. And I guess, I would say it's not 50%. You definitely want to make her smile, make her laugh,
Right.
give her some sense that you do have a sense of humor,
I agree with you, Slash. I think sense of humor plays I'm going to give it about a 70, 80% rating. I don't think a female will want a motherfucker that just seems to be serious all the time.
or somebody joking around all goddamn day.
Exactly. You have to find a happy medium.
Okay. So, number 11. Ambition.
Yeah, that's big.
You gotta
You gotta
have
want to do something.
it's not at the top now, man. As many as these average women are messing with the Pookies and Ray Rays. Yes, they want a man with ambition, but at this day and age, man, it goes back to looks, and it's high, but it's not that high.
I think it's important for every man to have some sort of ambition.
It
about
is
himself.
important. I'm just saying, in the women's eyes, he's saying in the women.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's very
It's
important.
important.
But I don't think women look for that because think about all the girls that have babies with all these men, and
Well, I was going to say,
they ain't paying no child support. These men ain't got no ambition.
I think they start off looking for ambition is probably high on the list, but then, once
After
other
so
things
long.
come into play, they settle.
Yeah, they settle. There you go. Well,
Okay, so we're getting ready to come to a close, fellas. So check this out. Again, y'all noticed that on this list of 11 things, protection and money was not on the list.
Right.
K Money and Comedian 96, looks was not on the list. The only thing that was on the list is something that Slash mentioned, which is reliability. All of these other things, according to Mind Body Green publication, the average woman are looking for these 11 things. The average woman that's single over the age of 30. So, to all of the women out here, that's single and over the age of 30, if you don't agree with this list, that's fine. You can agree with what you want to agree with, and you can do what you want to do. But if you're single and you haven't found that guy and you're looking for that man, then ladies, your mentality and or your relationship values may be hindering you from finding a good guy. So if you're looking to find a good guy to start a great relationship with, sometimes you may have to change your mentality and or reprioritize your value. This concludes another dope episode. Tune in tomorrow for Think Thursday. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.